She does a lot for your family. Mother's Day is your chance to show her you see it with a gift from a brand trusted for generations to help people get the moment right. 1-800-Flowers. With double blooms from 1-800-Flowers, buy 1 dozen roses and get another dozen for free. It's a bigger gesture, backed by 50 years of experience delivering fresh flowers, so you can feel confident sending something that lands. Show up for her with double blooms at 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
The Black Tax. There's an African proverb that says, if you are filled with pride, you have very little room for wisdom. Oftentimes, I am surrounded with individuals who have attended Ivy League institutions. And for some particular reason, they think because I didn't attend an Ivy League school that my education is subpar to theirs. Now, taking nothing away from anybody who attended an Ivy League school or an HSBCU school, everybody has their preferences, everybody has their choices, and they should have the choices that they want. But when Black people try to elevate themselves from other Black people because they attended these PWIs, predominantly white institutions, they think that that gives them a leg up. And in some cases it does. But that's only a leg up from the time you graduate from the Ivy till about you're 35 years old. If you're still holding on to, I went to Harvard, I graduated from Yale, I went to Brown, and you're in your 40s, it says a lot about who you are and what you have not accomplished. I used to have a friend who attended Spelman and Columbia and went to Smith. And for some reason, her belief system was that I was less than because I attended a city university for undergrad and grad school, that I went to a state school for law school, and then I went to another small college to get my MBA. But in all of that, there's something about her belief system that she thinks she's better. Some background. I grew up in a upper middle class neighborhood called St. Albans in the section called Adelaide Park. And in that park is where many entertainers, Black entertainers lived. One of the most famous places or houses on the main strip, which is Linden Boulevard, is James Brown's house. James Brown ain't lived in that house forever, but everybody knows that used to be James Brown's house. So I never wanted for anything. I never needed for anything. Whatever the situation was, it was. I was 16. I got a car, blah, 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 blah. She, on the other hand, grew up in the projects, humble beginnings, always thought she was better than her parents. And her mother was one woman who, though she did not have a college education, was one of the most wisest individuals I have ever met in my life. There's something about that Southern, old school wisdom that a college education, regardless of where you go, can top or meet. So we are sitting in a group of individuals who all went to Ivy League schools as well. And the snobbery from everybody was hilarious to me. And I sat there and I was getting annoyed and I was like, yeah, it's about time for me to make my exit. So somebody asked, well, did you not apply to any of the Ivies? I was like, I didn't apply to any of them. There was no need for me to apply to them. That was not my focus. My focus was who was going to pay for me to go to their school so I would not have to have student loan debt. And one of the other gentlemen was like, oh, that's silly. You can always pay off your student loan debt. And in an instant, I said, Well, how many people here have paid off their student loan debt? Because many of you have been out of school at least 20 years. And everybody's like, everybody was like, I'm still paying my student loan debt. I still have student loan debt. We all have student loan debt. I don't. I don't have student loan debt from undergrad, grad school, law school, or when I went and got my MBA. See, I made sure that I knew what I needed. I always knew that I wanted to work for myself. I didn't like the mental gymnastics that one has to play in corporate America. I have always been a self-starter. I've always been an individual who is a thinker, problem solver, and that makes me happy. That brings me joy to be able to figure out a solution to a problem that nobody else can figure out. Call it ego, call it whatever you need to call it, but at the end of the day, I knew that working for somebody was not going to be the space I wanted to be in. And so that I had to think about what was going to keep me trapped in a job or allow me the flexibility of freedom. Going to schools that were going to pay for me to go was the exit that I needed. I think we look at these PWIs as the holy grail of acceptance, that in these white institutions, so many of us Black people are seeking a level of validation from white people that makes zero sense to me. Your success is not based on what someone else has. It's how you perceive yourself in the space to begin with. And if you are thinking that acceptance is getting the pat on the back from somebody white, and that is the pinnacle for you, then you've got some other work you need to do about who you are as a human being. Because if you're waiting for that, it's never going to come. So I want to leave you with this. Two things. Your success is based on what your metric is, not what everybody else's metrics is. Because if you allow other people's metrics to define your success, then you will be chasing your tail for the rest of your life. The second thing is never to think that you are less than because you didn't attend an Ivy League school. You also don't have the Ivy League student loan debt that goes along with it. And yes, I know that Ivy League schools open other doors for you, but they really don't open the doors you think they open up for you, because the system is designed to only let those who are passive in, those of us who are aggressive out. Stay woke. We out.